Title: Sleepwalker. Chapter 1: The Awakening. A few months ago, I began to experience something strange. It started innocently enough, with a few nights of restless sleep and vivid dreams. But soon, it escalated into something far more unsettling. I began to sleepwalk, and to my horror, it seemed like the entire town was afflicted with the same bizarre affliction. I am Alex Johnson, a 32-year-old journalist living in the small town of Willowbrook. Nestled amidst lush green hills and surrounded by a serene lake, Willowbrook had always been a peaceful place. But now, an eerie silence hung in the air, broken only by the sound of shuffling feet in the dead of night. It all began on a warm summer evening. I had just returned from a long day at work and was looking forward to a peaceful night's sleep. Little did I know that my life was about to take a sinister turn. As I lay in bed, my mind drifted into a realm of dreams, where reality and fantasy intertwined. In my dream, I found myself wandering through the streets of Willowbrook, under the pale glow of a full moon. The town looked strangely deserted, devoid of any signs of life. I walked aimlessly, my steps guided by an unknown force. It felt as if someone or something was pulling me towards an unknown destination. Suddenly, I awoke with a start, finding myself standing at the edge of my bed. Confusion and fear gripped me as I realized I had been sleepwalking. I had never experienced anything like this before, and the thought of wandering aimlessly in the darkness terrified me. The following night, the same thing happened again. And the night after that. It became a pattern, a haunting routine that I couldn't escape. But what was even more disturbing was that I soon discovered that I wasn't alone. The entire town seemed to be under the grip of this bizarre phenomenon. People whispered in hushed tones about their own sleepwalking experiences. Friends and neighbors shared stories of waking up in strange places, disoriented and frightened. The once vibrant community had become a ghost town during the night, with its inhabitants trapped in a nocturnal trance. As a journalist, my curiosity got the better of me. I decided to investigate this mystery that had engulfed our town. I reached out to the local authorities, but they seemed as clueless as the rest of us. They assured me that they were doing everything they could to find the cause, but their words rang hollow. With no official answers forthcoming, I took matters into my own hands. I began to research sleep disorders, scouring medical journals and books for any clues that could shed light on our collective predicament. The more I delved into the subject, the more I realized that there was something far more sinister at play. The sleepwalking episodes seemed to coincide with the arrival of a peculiar circus that had set up camp on the outskirts of town. The circus, known as the Midnight Carnival, was shrouded in mystery, with its performers wearing masks and refusing to interact with the townsfolk. Rumors circulated about dark rituals and otherworldly powers, but nobody dared to venture too close. Determined to uncover the truth, I decided to pay the circus a visit. Under the cover of darkness, I made my way to the outskirts of town, where the carnival tents loomed ominously. As I approached, a chill ran down my spine, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. Chapter 2: Unveiling the Shadows. The Midnight Carnival stood before me, its colorful tents casting eerie shadows in the moonlight. The air was heavy with anticipation, as if the very atmosphere held secrets waiting to be unraveled. With each step, my heart pounded in my chest, a mix of fear and curiosity guiding my every move. As I entered the carnival grounds, a sense of foreboding washed over me. The air was thick with the scent of popcorn and cotton candy, but there was an underlying darkness that tainted the otherwise cheerful atmosphere. The performers, clad in elaborate costumes and masks, moved with an otherworldly grace, their eyes hidden behind a veil of mystery. I approached a fortune teller's tent, drawn to it like a moth to a flame. The tent was dimly lit, with incense wafting through the air, creating an ethereal ambience. A woman sat at a small table, her face obscured by a crystal ball. Her voice was soft and haunting as she beckoned me to sit. "Welcome, seeker of truth," she whispered, her voice carrying a hint of ancient wisdom. You seek answers, and I hold the key to unlock the mysteries that plague your town." Her words sent a chill down my spine. How could she know about our sleepwalking epidemic? Was she somehow connected to it? I couldn't help but feel a mix of unease and fascination as I listened to her cryptic words. "The Midnight Carnival is not what it seems," she continued, her eyes fixed on the crystal ball. "Its arrival has brought forth a darkness that has ensnared your town. The sleepwalking is merely a symptom of a much deeper affliction." I leaned in closer, my heart pounding in my chest. "What is this affliction, and how can we break free from its grasp?" I asked, my voice trembling with a mix of fear and hope. She raised her head, her eyes piercing through the darkness. "The carnival feeds on the dreams and desires of those who dare to enter its realm. It preys on the vulnerable, luring them into a world where reality and fantasy merge. To break free, you must uncover the source of its power and confront it head-on." Her words echoed in my mind as I left the fortune-teller's tent. The darkness that had enveloped our town seemed to have a name now, a tangible entity that we could fight against. Determined to free Willowbrook from its clutches, I returned home, ready to rally the townsfolk and embark on a journey to unveil the shadows that had plagued us for far too long. Chapter 3: Into the Abyss. Armed with newfound knowledge and a sense of purpose, I gathered the townsfolk in the local community center. The once quiet building buzzed with anticipation as people shared their own sleepwalking experiences and listened intently to my account of the fortune-teller's revelation. The atmosphere was a mix of fear and determination. We knew that our journey into the unknown would not be an easy one, but the prospect of breaking free from the grip of the Midnight Carnival fueled our collective resolve. Together, we formed a plan to infiltrate the carnival and confront the source of its power. Under the cover of darkness, we made our way to the outskirts of town once again. The carnival's tents loomed before us, their colors muted in the moonlight. We moved silently, like shadows in the night, our hearts pounding in unison. As we entered the carnival grounds, a sense of trepidation washed over me. The air was heavy with an otherworldly energy, crackling with anticipation. The performers moved with an eerie grace, their eyes hidden behind masks that seemed to hold secrets of their own. We split into small groups, each tasked with a specific mission. Some would search for the source of the carnival's power, while others would try to free the sleepwalkers from their trance. We moved cautiously, aware of the dangers that lurked in the shadows. As I ventured deeper into the carnival, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. The masks seemed to follow me with their empty eyes, their presence a constant reminder of the darkness that surrounded us. But I pushed forward, determined to uncover the truth. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the darkness, blocking my path. It was a woman, her face hidden behind an elaborate mask adorned with feathers. Her eyes glowed with an otherworldly intensity, and I could feel her power radiating through the air. "You dare to challenge the Midnight Carnival," she hissed, her voice a chilling whisper. "You shall regret your defiance." I stood my ground, my resolve unyielding. "We will not be held captive by your darkness any longer," I declared, my voice steady despite the fear that threatened to consume me. With a wave of her hand, the woman summoned a swirling vortex of shadows. It threatened to engulf me, but I fought back, channeling the collective strength of the townsfolk who stood behind me. Together, we pushed back against the darkness, inching closer to victory. In that moment, I realized that the power of the Midnight Carnival was not invincible. It thrived on fear and uncertainty, but united, we were stronger than any darkness that sought to consume us. With renewed determination, we pressed forward, ready to face whatever lay ahead. Chapter 4: Unmasking the Truth. As we ventured deeper into the heart of the carnival, we discovered a hidden underground chamber. It was there that the true source of the Midnight Carnival's power lay, concealed from prying eyes. The air was heavy with the scent of ancient rituals, and a sinister energy pulsed through the room. In the center of the chamber stood a pedestal, upon which rested a mysterious mask. It seemed to radiate a malevolent energy, its presence both captivating and terrifying. We knew that this mask held the key to breaking free from the carnival's grip, but we also understood that confronting its power would not be without consequences. With a collective breath, we stepped forward, our hands trembling as we reached for the mask. As soon as our fingers touched its surface, a surge of energy coursed through our bodies, connecting us to something far greater than ourselves. Visions flooded our minds, revealing the carnival's true purpose. It was a vessel for an ancient entity, a being that fed on the dreams and desires of its captives. The sleepwalking was merely a means to drain our life force, keeping us trapped in an eternal cycle of longing and despair. With newfound clarity, we understood what needed to be done. We had to confront the entity, sever its connection to our town, and thank you for watching our YouTube video. We hope you enjoyed it and found it entertaining. Before we wrap up, we would like to kindly ask you to support our channel by hitting the subscribe button. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on our latest content. Moreover, if you enjoy our creative plot ideas and would like to stay updated with new ideas for your next creation and exclusive content, we invite you to follow us on Instagram. In addition, we encourage you to visit our website, where you can find more information about our plot ideas. Your visit would mean the world to us.